Hey folks, Cherry Martinez here. So I don't know if you can hear the banging in the background, but that banging made me want to have a conversation about sex. What do you think? Let's talk about sex and plastic surgery and what does it mean? What are the consequences? Why is it important? I think it's super important that we talk about it. So let's just get right to it. First of all, if you're going to be having plastic surgery, you might be feeling excited. You might be thinking about that you're going to spend some time away from home. So that may be bringing a bunch of different feelings, right? So the first thing is, if you have somebody at home, you might be missing them if they're not going to be coming with you. And so you may be considering, spending a little private time with them before you leave, right? If so, no problem, right? Not a big deal. However, I will tell you this. There's two things that you should consider. One, you should consider using protection, because you do not want to have surgery and end up finding out that you're pregnant in 2 weeks. Not a good look. Number one. Number two, you have very big chances of losing your pregnancy if you do that. Just putting it out there. So the first thing is you want to make sure that before you travel, before you get on that plane, you take a pregnancy test. I tell all my patients the same thing. Before you travel, before you get here, please make sure you take a pregnancy test, because that will be one of the first things that we test for. And that will be one of the first things that will put a complete stop on your procedure. Okay. At that point, you've wasted a plane ticket. You've wasted a day or two in recovery. I mean, it sucks. Side note, you should also be testing your hemo before you leave, but that's a whole nother video. This one is about sex. The next thing, once you arrive here, now there's some of you guys that know you're coming over here and jump on Tinder, jump on all types of apps, meet people, have met people once you came out here before, know people, whatever it is, right? No sneaky links. No sneaky links when you get here. You know why? Because one, you are exposing yourself to COVID. You don't know where these people have been, even though you know you're okay. You don't know what's going on with them. And COVID takes 7 to 10 days to show up. So if you've come into contact with somebody else before surgery and they've been exposed, you can end up really jacked up during your recovery process, which is not a good look, honey. Trust me. The last thing you want to do is have issues with oxygen. Now, let's just say you get here and for whatever reason you turn out to be pregnant, which has happened. I've had several patients who have popped pregnant on their pregnancy test. What will happen at that point? We will suspend your pregnancy. We'll hold your deposit, but you will have to come back 6 months after you give birth. You will not be able to come back before that. Now, post-op sex. You can definitely have sex after your surgery, but you've got to wait. You should wait at least 2 weeks. You should definitely be waiting until your incisions are at least dry and healed, and they're closed, obviously, before you do anything else. But really, sex comes down to comfort and comes down to what feels good. So you should be doing what feels good without pushing your body too much. Now, if you want more information about sex and about plastic surgery, hit me up. Let's talk. Let's answer your questions.